Yesterday in our learning, we were looking at a list of words that I gave you, and I asked you to put them into sentences. Now, all those words had something in common. They all had two or three letters at the beginning of them to change the meaning of the word. So, for example, there was one word which was disappear. Now, we can have the word appear, where something just is there, and then something can disappear, which means the opposite. It vanishes. So the dis, the dis at the beginning, is called a prefix. And you had other words like defrost, which is the opposite of something frosting up and getting cold. You defrost it, you thaw it out. Dislike, well, you like something, and when you put the prefix dis on the front, you dislike it. It means the opposite. It means you don't like it. We're going to do something with our sentences today. We're going to make them a little bit more interesting, and we're going to use all those really good writing skills that we have learnt. Have a look at this sentence that I've got here. My sister disappeared. So there I've got my word with a prefix on, disappeared. And I've used that sentence. That is correct. It's got a capital letter, it's got a full stop at the end, and that is my correct sentence. I'm going to improve that today, and I'm going to show you two ways that we are going to make it better. So let's have a look at the first example. My sister disappeared in the dark green forest. Can you see what I've done there? I've added an expanded noun phrase to make this sentence more interesting and give the reader some more information. So now we know where my sister has disappeared. And I've also put an exclamation mark on the end to make it more dramatic. So we can add an expanded noun phrase. Let's look at a second example. As my sister walked into the forest, I saw that she disappeared. Can you see what I've done with that one? This part here at the beginning, and I'll just highlight this. Okay. Can you remember what that part is called? Well, if you said a fronted adverbial, you are correct. As my sister walked into the forest, and remember, there is always a comma after a fronted adverbial. As my sister walked into the forest, I saw that she disappeared. And I've ended it with my exclamation mark because I still think that is quite a dramatic sentence. You could use a shorter fronted adverbial. You could use words like quickly, suddenly, slowly. Okay, all those words that we've learnt before in literacy. So those are two ways that you can improve your sentences. Number one, an expanded noun phrase. Number two, a fronted adverbial. So your task today is to look at the sentences you wrote yesterday and see if you can rewrite them using an expanded noun phrase or a fronted adverbial.